Hey yo guys, this is going to be a video here where I like to give my condolences to the Kowalski family, as earlier this morning at 2:15 a.m. Walter Kowalski passed away. Walter Killer Kowalski passed away. Big loss for the business here, especially since Kowalski was a star of the business, one of the top heels of the business at a time when the business was making its ways through TV, and I mean, it's just a big loss here. Really, let's just run through some of the careers. I mean, Kowalski was a big 6'6", 275-pound man who had amazing stamina and just showed that, being those types of wrestlers can have stamina. I mean, it was very awkward to see someone of that size and stature at that time in the business to have, that much stamina. I mean, your guys or your Fez's, your Hackenschmidts, your Kiniskis, etc. But no, Kowalski was one of them. He got the name Killer Kowalski in 1952 when he was having a match in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, when he gave a knee drop to Yukon Eric off the top rope and severing Yukon Eric's ear, which had already been damaged due to the fact that he had many cauliflowers in a rough and tough business, but the knee drop severed it, and he went to visit Eric in the hospital, which just shows what kind of a great person he was, because most people in the business today, if they hurt someone, they do not care. Kowalski felt absolutely terrible about the incident, and the first thing he did was laugh, just saying how stupid he looked with the bandages on his head, saying he looked like Humpty Dumpty, and both Yukon Eric and Killer Kowalski had a big laugh about him. But when news got word of this in the press that Kowalski had they thought he laughed at Yukon Eric and him, they thought he was a ruthless killer. Which got him the name Killer Kowalski and sentimented him as a true heel of the early business. In 1963, the man went and established himself in Japan, feuding with All Japan Pro Wrestling founder Giant Baba, and sentimented him there in Japan as a top heel. In 1963, he had a brief run carrying the NWA Heavyweight Championship of the World when he beat champion Nature Boy Buddy Rogers just before he was supposed to drop the belt to Lou Thesz. The belt was obviously given straight back to Buddy Rogers due to the fact he was supposed to drop the belt, and the board of directors did not approve the decision for Kowalski to be carrying the belt. In 1967, Kowalski then made more waves around being a top heel as he was on a program in Australia, and the host irritated Kowalski, so he just put them in his massive claw hold, much like more in recent times with Big Van Vader on Kuwaiti talk show when he snapped at the host who said something about wrestling being fake. So Kowalski truly keeping the business alive and sending him a great heel he was. Kowalski ended his career in 1977, but in 1976 he gained gold in the WWF with a man he trained, Big John Studd. Kowalski officially ended his career in 1977, but he was still active up until 1992, last competing in FMW in Japan. Kowalski then decided to open up a training school in Massachusetts where he trained some of the greats in this business. Like I said earlier, he trained Big John Studd, one of the greatest big men of all time, and 2004 inductee to the WWE Hall of Fame. Current WWE Champion Triple H, China, former ECW Tag Team Champions The Eliminator, and former WCW Television Champion Perry Saturn. He also trained former PWG Heavyweight Champion of the World and current TNA Wrestling star Frankie Kazarian, TNA Knockout Roxy Laveau, Kenny Dykstra, and many more. Kowalski was then in 1996 inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame, as well as the Wrestling Observer Hall of Fame, showing, due to the fact that Kowalski, at the time of the business, showed great brutality, making violence come through and scaring the crap out of everyone, basically, and also for his immense stamina in the ring and his ability to have great matches with the likes of Bruno Sammartino, Giant Baba, and many others. Kowalski, who on August the 8th suffered a heart attack, sent to the intensive care, many fearing he would not be given much to live, was put on life support, and 2 weeks later he was taken off the life support. Kowalski, who was after taking off the life support, was not given much time to live, showed that he had the courage to pull through, and be much like what he was not in his in-ring career of a babyface and never say die. Kowalski, who passed away earlier today, as I stated, at 2 a.m. program can always be remembered as living a full life, something us of the community here, which Larry Csonka stated in his online tribute on 411 Mania. He stated that, and he did something that, a lot of people, when we get to make these tribute videos, did not get to do. He lived a full life, having success not only in his homeland of Canada, but with the NWA, the WWF, and many other various promotions. He also helped set the business for the future by training some of the greats, as I already mentioned. Kowalski, who will be remembered for his immense brutality and his in-ring stamina, will go down as a true legend of the professional wrestling business. Walter Killer Kowalski will always be remembered for that. Rest in peace, Kowalski, and donations can be made at the Kowalski website. Thank you.